What a night. What a season. What a start. 6-0. The Padres behind Michael King. We told you he'd bounce back, and he did in a huge way. More timely hitting. Another Jackson Merrill. Huge game and a home run, obviously, for Merrill. They pile on late. They win 7-0. The Padres are 6-0. They will go for a homestand sweep on Wednesday afternoon, trying to start a season 7-0. Obviously, already a franchise record 6-0. To start 2025. Make your way in and subscribe. All right. Year-round content for you. How special has this been? How cool of a first week has this been? If you are here, you have to subscribe. All right. So make sure to subscribe. Year-round content for you. Smash the like button for us. How many likes do we need tonight, Jim? You said 400 last night. We got to keep these vibes going.
450 likes tonight.
450 likes tonight.
Yeah.
Follow us on X, at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. We appreciate the super chats. We will get to every single one of them. If you want to control the direction of the conversation, if you want to support our work, click the $sign below the chat box. If you want to become a member, click the join button down below. You get emojis and badges. The pitching. I think the bullpen's up to 24 innings of one-run baseball so far this year. Michael King was dazzling tonight. 11 strikeouts in 5 innings, his first win of the season. The Padres, is this real life? The Padres are 6-0. They've beaten the Braves 4 times. They've beaten a playoff team from last year in Cleveland. Each of the first 2 games of the series, Jim, they've won this series, and they'll try to make it a 7-for-7 sweep when they play tomorrow afternoon. Incredibly.
Jackson Merrill, stud. Michael King, stud. Fernando Tatis Jr., stud. Manny, stud. Jason Adam, stud. Omar Cruz, stud. Jeremiah Estrada, stud. Luis Ariz, stud. Brandon Lockridge, stud. Mike Schilt, stud. They can do no wrong right now. They are playing beautiful baseball. That 5th inning, I know it wasn't sexy, but I can bet you Mike Schilt was, he was getting happy, if you know what I mean, when you get that type of baseball in that inning, other than Luis Ariz getting thrown out at third. But, you get on base, move guys over, get key hits. You don't do too much, sack flies, going the other way, stealing bases. I mean, it was just perfect. That inning to me just kind of summarized how well they're playing right now, because they're doing all the little things right. And every time that they have an opportunity, not every time, but most of the time they have an opportunity to get a run home, or, guy on the mound needs a big pitch, they're getting the job done. And it is just a beautiful thing to watch. Michael King, we both said today on John and Jim, we expect a bounce back game from Michael King. Absolutely. 11 strikeouts in 5 innings. Dude was unhittable. 2 hits today allowed by the Padres pitching staff. I saw a tweet, I think it was from Too Much Morton's on Twitter, that he said that if every pitcher that pitched today had at least 1 pitch thrown of 80 grade, which means basically the best you could do, the best type of pitch that you could throw. And their pitching, their bullpen, timely hitting, their superstars, the others, all of Mike Schultz's moves, pinch hitting guys at the right time, calling for the bunts at the right time. They're not completely perfect, but they're damn near close to perfect.
Shut up. Don't ruin the vibes.
Sorry.
Just go. Nobody cares. Okay, a couple of things. If you're here, subscribe, unlike this dude, whatever. So subscribe because he's unsubscribed. And we're going to be here for the next hour. We appreciate the super chats. We're going to get to every single one of them. How about this note from Major League Baseball? This is how good they have been.
Give it to me.
The Padres are the 3rd team in baseball history to start 6-0 with 3 shutouts. The Padres have 3 shutouts. That is an incredible number. And it's not like every single game has been nobody can score. It's at Petco Park. Padres have scored. They've had some really good offensive games. That includes tonight. So the 3rd team in baseball history to start against 6-0 with 3 shutouts. Listen to this. The Padres and Dodgers, this is from Dennis Lynn, are the first NL teams to open a season with at least 6 consecutive wins since the 2003 Giants. So no National League team had started 6-0 or better since 2003. Now we have 2 teams that have done it in San Diego and LA. So just incredible stuff that we'll react to over the next hour. And this is to your point, Jim, from Every So Often. Thank you for the first super of the night. We appreciate you, my friend. He says, manufacturing runs and putting pressure on bases. Remember, the Padres apply pressure. They don't feel it. That's Jackson Merrill saying that, not me. And you're right on that 5th inning. I was sitting there thinking the same thing. Sitting on my couch, Kristen was with me. I'm like, everything is going well. They're moving runners. The sac fly from Tatis was well strung. Like just that station to station old school NL baseball that Mike Schilt seeks and like craves. They're a team that can play old school NL baseball with power. They have Tatis, they have Machado, they have stars, they have Jackson Merrill. But when they need to move runners and get them in and steal a base, they're fully capable of doing that ever since Schilt became the manager a year ago.
I like this. Why am I so negative?
You keep saying they're 6-0.
I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. My bad. Yeah, I think one thing that we noticed early, and by early I mean the opener,
Right.
is that this team is going to be very aggressive. That they don't feel pressure, they apply pressure.
Love
that quote. I mean, it's literally like it's the best quote ever. Of course, it comes from Jackson Merrill. And you saw it again tonight. Tatis is going to have 30 plus stolen bases this year. I'm calling it right now. He's going to have a career year on the base paths. No question about it. Manny Machado might even put up 25 stolen bases this season. He's got, 4 in the season so far? 3 in the season?
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Jackson Merrill, he's a stud. I mean, he has first home run tonight, but, you know, I'm expecting a lot more. And Luis Ariz, that base hit there, that is classic Luis Ariz with a runner in scoring position, going the other way, taking the pitch where it's given, not trying to do too much. And that's why I have zero concern about Luis Ariz. Like maybe chill out on the base path a little bit, but other than that, like no concern whatsoever.
Is he the fastest looking slow guy you've ever seen? Now, again, he doesn't scream that he's like Tatis. Like he doesn't look like a guy that's going to steal, but he runs hard for a guy that does not run fast. With all due respect, the guy's a brilliant hitter, but yeah, a little less making outs of the bases, but they're 6-0, so all good. By the way, I didn't watch it. I blacked out once this game was 3-0 because the Aztecs had this.
We'll talk about that.
This big Magoon Guath announcement. Did you see Miles Burgess made the announcement as well? He said, if it wasn't abundantly clear, I ain't going nowhere. He just put that on Instagram.
Yeah, I want to know. We'll get to supers towards the end of the show. I need to know like your full reaction, or we can save it for tomorrow or for John and Jim. Like I need your full. I need a breakdown of your full reaction because, you know, usually you see everything before everybody sees it. And I'm guessing you saw it the first time with everybody else, right?
Kristen literally said, and I texted this to you, just so everyone knows, we're going to talk Padres all night.
Yeah,
but my wife said, because you know, guys, I cover San Diego State, I call their games, and when I saw that their star center was returning, Kristen said my reaction, I didn't react that way when she told me she was pregnant with her only child, and it's true. I can't lie. Like I can't lie. She's 100% right.
Yeah,
I am who I am. I am who I am.
I just wish there was video of it.
Let me get to these supers. All right, Danny Redbirds, thank you, man. We appreciate you. I think this might be your first super. We appreciate you hanging out. He says $5 for the win, boys. We appreciate that, man. That's a good vibe. That's good. That's good vibes. Dave Roberts wears lady underwear and Shohei blackmails his homies. Go Dads. I'm here for it. Tonight, I'm here for it all tonight. Now, again, does 6 games make a season? No, but Dan Zimborski made a great point today, Fangraphs. He's like, they can never be taken away, and it changes percentages of getting somewhere when you're banking like this. When you start 6 for 6 and you don't have as much work to do in the other 156, now again, it's on the margins. 156 is a huge number, but the 6 can never be taken away from them. And at the end of the year, when they need that 89th win, they're better positioned than the team like Atlanta that starts from behind in this chase. So It's a fair point. Of course, it means nothing in terms of the overall 162, but it means something because these 6 can't be taken from them moving forward.
Yeah, you think Atlanta's sitting there being like, we're good. I mean, they're 0-6. They're 0-6.
Amazing.
And they're going to be 0-7 tomorrow because the Dodgers are going to beat them again. Like, the Dodgers aren't going to lose. Okay. Atlanta is awful right now. But you don't think Atlanta's kind of sitting there being like, all right, can't win the division or make the postseason in the first month, but man, we can put ourselves in a big hole.
Yep.
And sometimes it takes a while to climb out of that hole. Sometimes it takes months in baseball to potentially, get over that hump and climb out of that hole that you might get yourself in. And the same rings true if you start out fast. You give yourself wiggle room. You give yourself leeway that you can withstand maybe a 3-game losing streak, right? And so it's just, I feel like starts of seasons for teams that are expected to be good. There's been a lot of teams that are, expected to be dog shit that start like 5-1 and everyone's like, oh my God. And then they don't do anything. But teams like the Padres and the Dodgers, right? Like those teams are going to be good teams if they stay healthy. So getting out to fast starts like this, it feels different than if the Marlins started 6-0, right?
I think it's a great point. I think it was Oakland within the last 1 season or 2 seasons they had that 9-game winning streak.
Yeah, but that was already when they were like 30 games under 500.
But to your point, it's one thing. Teams will have 5-6 game winning streaks, even not good teams. But when you're a good team and you bank it, you've really put yourself in a position where, yeah, I mean, everything is in front of this team, obviously. Again, you can't say anything definitive about this team other than the fact that they're 6-0. I love this from the Beef. Thank you, man, for the membership. And the Super says, maybe the cleanest 6-game win streak. It's been so clean. Not meaning there wasn't bad pitching or hitting, but complete wins in every way aren't fluke wins. We look like we can beat teams every which way. I think it's a really good point. Like if you came back from 8-0 like you did last year against the Cubs early, you'd say, awesome. What an amazing win. But nobody's banking on coming back from 8-0 down. They haven't needed to do that. They've put together the full game that allows you to think that what they're doing is sustainable. This isn't just random. Oh man, 5 errors from Cleveland in the 9th and 2 wild pitches. And that's just random dumb luck. That's not the way they have won these games. I think this is more sustainable than like that win last year when you start to believe because they came back from 8-0 down against the Cubs, but you don't want to be 8-0 down because you're not going to win those games.
I feel like last year, they created an identity early on with that. Remember the 8-0 comeback victory against the Cubs?
100%. Yeah.
And they created that grit squad, but it took them a while to fully have that be their full identity because they would slip up. They would, have 5-game losing streaks. And, you still have a new manager, still have a 20-year-old rookie in Jackson Merrill. You're just coming off of an awful season. I know Xander went down early. Joe wasn't fully healthy to start the year. And then once they kicked it into gear, they haven't looked back as far as the regular season goes. Obviously we know what happens in the postseason, but like, I watch this team and I continue to say it, man. I feel like I'm watching this 2024 team in the regular season at the end of the year. They're going to find a way to win. They're going to find ways to score runs. They're going to have good pitching. The fans at Petco are electric. They have created such a home atmosphere. It's ridiculous. You don't see any big pockets of opposing fans at Petco.
Crazy.
Used to. Oh my, not saying that the Guardians travel.
Yeah, not necessarily Cleveland, right?
Atlanta, you could have seen a good amount of Atlanta fans. If
they had some fans, but it was 96% Padre fans,
Yeah, and in the off season, of course, everybody had their reservations. Everybody was concerned because there was nothing that was going on, and you're losing players, and there's rumors of trading everybody, and there's lawsuits, and there's no money being spent. Thank God this team didn't let that creep into their minds, right? And starting the year the way they started, it just feels like such a perfect jumping off point to this season, coming off of the disappointing end to 2024, where that now to me, like, no one's thinking about that. And it is early, it's 6 games, but these 6 games have I forget who sent that super chat, has felt just like this team is not going to lose. They're not going to lose right now.
Can we take a moment, and again, because the vibes are good and everything's going well, and I'm a superstitious person, can we take a moment to subscribe and get to 8,200 subscribers tonight? Because there's 620 people here right now, and we're 25 subscribers away from 8,200. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, can we please take a moment and do that? Let's get back to the super chats. All Padres tonight. Again, they've won 6 straight to start the year. They'll go for a 7-game sweep of the homestand tomorrow when they play Cleveland behind Dylan Cease, by the way, tomorrow. Thank you, Audrey, for the super chat. Audrey says, Merrill changed this franchise forever.
Facts.
That's it. Remember, coming off 2023, all that disappointment, there was Jackson Merrill starting in center field on opening day, and the rest, as they say, is history. And it's been a very nice 170 regular season games with Jackson Merrill in there essentially every day, Jim.
Yeah, it's very easy to put 2 and 2 together that he 100%, and you were absolutely right, Audrey, he's changed this franchise. Like, there's no doubt about it in my mind. Once he showed up, he brought an energy to this team that was desperately missed and desperately needed. Same thing with Schilt. I think look, we make fun of him. He's kind of a goober, kind of a weird guy. But what have I always said? If they win, who cares? Like, it doesn't matter. He can be the biggest goober on the planet, but he's a good manager. And Jackson Merrill feels like, and I've heard this be said by, I think it was Scans. I forget who said this. Might have been Scans. Like, he's just like, oh no, we had was it Kevin? I think we had Kevin on our show.
Forget everything.
Yeah, someone on our show, I forget. They're like, yeah, Jackson Merrill feels like the perfect like Mike Schilt creation. Like that, if Mike Schilt were to dream up his perfect baseball player,
Kevin.
It might be Jackson Merrill.
Yeah, if it's not Tyler Wade. I mean, shoot, that's the other good news. Not only are you 6-0, not only are the Padres 6-0, they get Tyler Wade back on waivers, and he's been outright at AAA.
So happy, probably.
Schulte probably is talking to him right now on FaceTime.
He's like, "Do you see that win? That was cool, huh?"
That was awesome, man. Can't wait to get you back here when we're 130. Taco Bell call 911. Thank you for the super chat and the membership. He says our best start to win a division.
I know,
and of course, Dodgers undefeated too. Is it still crazy to think we even have a chance to win the division? It is not. We had Fangraphs Dan Szymborski. All he does is analytics. He does the Zips projections. Now, is it overly likely? No. He said the forecasts say the Dodgers will win this division 9 out of every 10 times.
Yeah.
Now, I told Jim, am I getting on a plane that lands 9 out of every 10 times? I'm not, because there's a 10% chance it doesn't happen. So, and by the way, that doesn't mean the Padres have a 10% chance of winning the division. There's other teams like Arizona and San Francisco. But the point is, it's not a formality. It's incredibly likely. He said the acquisitions they made this offseason, they don't increase their ceiling. They've increased their floor. So LA's floor is higher than the rest of the National League. Their ceiling, they're not going to win 140 games. But yeah, is it overly likely that the Padres win this division based on a 6-0 start? I think that would be a little wishful at this point. But I'm not saying it. I'm not saying never say never. It's early, and we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, Dodgers are 7-0. Padres are 6-0. Giants are 4-1. And by the way, Diamondbacks tonight just beat the Yankees with a go-ahead grand slam late in that game.
Yeah, I saw that. Yep.
So as I said a couple nights ago, the NL West feels like the best division in baseball.
Yeah.
Still early. Lot can
very
happen.
early.
But there also is a best division, and I feel like there are a couple teams that could ascend above everybody. At this point in time, 6-0 start, 7-0 start for the Dodgers. Those two teams have ascended above everybody.
Yeah.
Those things will change, right? Phillies are still good. I feel like the Braves are going to win a game this year, right?
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. Mets are still considered good. Giants, right? Diamondbacks. Those teams are all teams that I fully expect to still contend. But at this moment in time, 6 games through the Padres season, they are alone, or not alone, but they are with the Dodgers atop as far as just like kind of elevating themselves right now. And there's still worries. I mean, look, I'm still, knock on wood, hopeful this team stays relatively healthy this year.
Of course.
You need a little bit of luck in sports, and, injuries, and that's all luck most of the time. And if they stay healthy, I feel very confident with this team. I said 88 wins to start the year. I hope I look like an idiot. I hope they win more than that. But
to think they've never won more than 98. And I'm not saying they're winning 98 this season, but I am saying that this start proves to me that they fancy themselves to be one of the National League's best teams. They're going to have to prove it, but they believe internally. And I've said this before. You heard me say this on John and Jim, or maybe the wrap-up show. Teams that get off to good starts believe they're good teams. And teams that get off to bad starts need to prove to themselves that they're good. And it does happen. There are teams that start well that don't finish well. There's teams that start slow that do finish fast. But there's a much more likely scenario of starting fast and having a good year than the opposite of that. So starting fast is absolutely beneficial. Let's get back to some of these super chats. Guys, if you're here, please subscribe. Jeff, thank you, man. Jeff's been designing things. So thank you, Jeff, for your support of the channel. He says he's been to all 6 wins. Am I doing this? Answer, yes. Fryer's applying pressure like my grandma used to apply Vicks Vapor up to my chest as a kid. I love that. Go Padres. I think if you've been to all 6 wins, Jeff, you're going tomorrow. Like, I don't know if you're working, but you're not working anymore because you're sick, because you need to go to the game and you're not feeling well.
Yes, sorry, you now live at Petco Park until further notice.
You might have to go to Chicago this weekend, truthfully.
Take out the word might, and you have to go to Chicago this weekend.
And then drive to Sacramento or fly to Sacramento next week for the Big A series.
Jeff says he will be there tomorrow, so he will be there.
Rules are rules, as I like to say.
Yeah, has Jeff emailed you any of his designs
Jeff,
yet?
send us some emails. We're waiting.
We saw the Jerry Bonds. That was pretty dope.
Maybe he has. I think I get all the emails.
If he has and you haven't checked, bro.
I haven't really checked. I don't think he's emailed.
Okay.
Padres wrap-up show at gmail.com if anyone wants to talk to us.
We're also here, so.
Good point. Every so often, thank you, man. He says, Padres haven't had to play the bottom of the 9th inning. Is that right? That's right.
That is right. Yeah.
So no walk. Here's the thing. You can't walk off if you don't walk up in the 9th inning. You cannot walk off if you don't bat.
Correct.
Love that.
I like that a lot, yes.
And we'll see if it happens tomorrow, but they won't walk off on the road. Jim fact. Harv, thank you for your support from the UK. He says, who's reaching 130 wins first, us or LA? I'd say LA because they have 2 games in hand because of Tokyo. But it'll be close.
Yeah, it'll be very close. Like, I think, Dodgers might reach it first just because, like you said, they've played more games, but I mean, if
what
the
is
Dodgers
for either of these, with the Dodgers, you could actually get stupid and be like, oh my gosh, they could win 116 games. I wouldn't say that with the Padres aren't winning 116 games. Obviously, nobody thinks they are. Dodgers, I have no clue. I mean, I hope they don't, but I don't know what's possible with them. I think they'll get bored at some point, is my guess, in the regular season.
Look,
that's my guess.
I'll make if the Padres stay relatively healthy, who says they can't push 100 wins?
I said 116.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm saying if they stay healthy, all right? And I'm talking like Tatis, Merrill, Manny, or like everyone plays like 150 games. All right. You got King, Cease, and oh God, why am I blanking on his fucking name? Pivetta,
what?
Hart,
Pivetta?
Pivetta, like those 3 dudes all make 30 plus starts, right? Who says they can't win mid 90s to 95 to 100 games?
No one.
I mean, they're already 6-0.
We haven't even mentioned Yu Darvish.
Yeah, I just everything's great right now. I want to try to control myself, but they're basically telling everybody with their play, Yeah, we're good. And yeah, if you doubted us in the offseason, maybe not doubted them, but just was concerned. I was concerned about them in the offseason for sure.
That was me.
Yeah, we were concerned. Hey, I'm not afraid to admit it. I was concerned. Didn't doubt them, but I was concerned. Just it's okay. Like they're telling like we got this type of thing.
Find an owner with a better career winning percentage than John Seidler. Try that. Drew, thank you for the generous super chat. He says LFGSDDDD. Huge fan of the show. We appreciate you, my friend. What dollars do you think a Merrill extension looks like at this point? I guess it's $1 billion.
$2 billion?
Who knows, man? I ask it every day. I ask Kyle Glazer. I ask Dan Zimborski. It's gonna be a pretty penny because he's earned it. That's a good thing. He'll be here. They'll find a way. He's under control for 4.9 years, so they'll figure it out. It's going to cost them money. That's a good thing, I guess. At the end of the day,
the good thing is he's under team control for the next 5 years. Well, 5 years this year and 4 more. So
yeah, exactly. We got time. Dario, thank you, man, for your support from Mexico. He says not loving Bogarts. Arise still Hosmer. Relax. I thought Bogart double play early. Arise had one hit tonight and then was thrown out on the bases.
It was a big hit.
Everyone relax. It was an RBI single. Yes, everything is fine. They're 6-0. Luke, thank you for the super. He says this team is relentless. 6-0 homestand for a notorious road team. It's true. They don't get off to good starts at Petco over the last few years. Imagine being San Francisco 1 loss and then third by a game. The standings are meaningless right now. These teams will all play each other over 10 times. San Francisco and San Diego, LA and San Diego, so on and so forth, Arizona. Standings aren't impactful. It's how you're playing. And these teams are playing well, whether it's LA, San Diego, I guess San Francisco, maybe Arizona to some extent, which means there's going to be some built-in losses, obviously. If this division is as good as we think, it'll be interesting to see how these teams fare against each other.
I think what they're continuously proving is, like, take the record out. If I'm just watching these games and I didn't know what their record was to start the year, I would tell you that's a good baseball team. That's a playoff team. That's a team that can contend potentially for a World Series. Like you don't have to tell me what their record is through the first 6 games. Watching them, watching the pitching, watching the timely hitting, watching their superstars perform, the others early on in the season producing when called upon. Just watch the games, take out their record. You can see they're a good baseball team. And, you can tell. You can see a good, I think, didn't the Marlins have 3 straight walk-offs to start their season or something like that?
No idea.
I just, if I'm just looking right now and I look at, I'm just going to look. So, all right. Yeah, Miami's 4-2. They're not going to even sniff 500 this year.
Right.
All right. Tampa Bay's 4-1. Probably not going to win 90 plus games. All right. The Angels are 4-1, guys. They're going to.
Oh, they're definitely playing 800 baseball this year.
Yeah, they're not going to win 90 plus games.
Right.
Those teams, I just know, like, they're not going to be good. But, watching the Padres, you're like, that's a good team. They're going to win a lot of games, and they're going to be tough to play.
Do you think, and thank you, The Beef, do you think when the Padres and Dodgers meet in June, either or both of the teams are undefeated?
I think one team might be undefeated. The other team might have like 1 or 2 losses.
60-0 against 58-2. ESPN Plus, Apple TV.
Right. Yeah. ESPN's like, yeah, we have an NFL preseason game between the Browns and the Dolphins. So we rather play that game.
Yeah, so true. Yeah, that is incredible though. Less than a weekend, Padres and Dodgers only unbeaten teams.
That's why it pisses me off that they don't play each other until freaking June, dude.
Yeah, give that to me. Give that to me next week, man. Give it to me.
Imagine if they played this weekend
8-0 against 7-0 or something. Oh, give that to me right now.
Oh my God, I would.
Yeah,
baseball.
I'm live. I'm staying on the air for the whole night. And by the way, we are on the air the whole night. Jeff, thank you. He says early wins are critical to pod slumps later in the year. We'll see. I don't know what this season has in store for them. They had 4 or 5 game losing streaks last year, and they won 93 games. So there's an inevitability, obviously. They're going to lose a series. They're going to have, a losing streak at some point. But, yeah, they've banked these. They've banked these, which is really encouraging. Let's get back to this in a moment. We have to thank our title sponsor. Jim crying in the beginning of the season when the Padres didn't make any moves. All right, we'll get back to it. We can react to everything. Guys, if you support the channel, please support Mark Nimitz. Simple as that. Title sponsor of the wrap-up show since day one. We've been doing this on YouTube for 4 years. We've been doing this in general for 6 seasons. If you have an insurance need, take it from us. Get in contact with Mark. He'd love to talk to you about the Padres. Trust me, he would absolutely love it. He'd love to talk to you about saving money. He does auto, home, renters, life, and more. I've got an earthquake insurance policy. I have life insurance. I have homeowners through Mark, and you can as well. If you ever need him, trust me, he's there for you. That's what separates him. Great service and communication. Had to file a claim in here. We had a flood of all things in 2022. He took care of everything. Saved us so much time, so much money. So if you support the channel, click the link in the description down below. Get free quotes online. Call Mark. He'll give you free quotes. Lifelong Padres fan, native San Diegan, huge supporter of the channel. If you have an insurance need, the first person you call, if you support the channel, is Mark Nimitz.
Yeah, all his information is on that ticker below. mnimitz@farmersagent.com. When you reach out to Mark, let him know that John and Jim, the wrap-up show, sent you.
Let's get back into it late night on a Tuesday. The Padres are 6-0. We'll get to all of the super chats. Click the $ below the chat box. And thank you for those that have subscribed as well. Maybe it's banana pudding that's the difference. They didn't have it last year.
Dude, that banana pudding before. That banana pudding is elite, guys. I was telling
the team store.
I was telling Erin about that today, and she was like very jealous of it.
Seaside Market, first base side. Get there tomorrow afternoon. I don't know if that game's going to be sold out because it's a Wednesday afternoon game. They had plenty of seats available about 48 hours ago, but they've sold out 6 consecutive. Did they sell out tonight, Jim? What'd they announce? There's no way they sold out.
What they announce, guys?
I'm going to tell you because it's in the box.
I'm gonna guess 41.
They sold it out.
41.
43,404. So they're putting droves of fans. All right, 6 straight sellouts.
I got 37,120.
Oh, just kidding. I'm looking at Monday.
So they did not.
Okay, they didn't sell it out. That's a massive crowd. Is there anyone doing better than that on a Tuesday night in April? I'm sure maybe a team or two, but that's a massive crowd, right?
Yeah, it's really good. I mean, yeah,
it's not bad. Padres Payne, thank you, man. He says, other than pitching, what's our biggest need right now? Well, hold on. Hold on. Bench concerns me a little. Thanks for being here for another season, guys. We appreciate you. What do you mean other than pitch? The pitching is like a Mozart so far. The pitching's been impeccable.
They've been perft. Literally
now, long term, over 162, do you always need pitching? If that's the point, I get it. Of course, you always need pitching. I'm not concerned with the bench right now. I might be moving forward, but I'm certainly not concerned with the bench right now.
The one thing about
concern I have right now.
The one thing about us and them being the Padres, they are not going to get too high. They're not going to get too low. They're going to stay even keeled through this 6-game start. Same thing with AJ Preller. He's not going to sit back in his chair and be like, nailed it. Like he's still going to be tinkering and looking at things and where to upgrade, where to improve. There's always things you can improve. No team is ever perfect. And if you're asking us what the biggest need right now is, I still am concerned about the catching situation over 162 games. I still think they could definitely use an upgrade in left field. And I mean, if you're telling me you can get an upgrade over Yuli Gurriel, I would definitely take that as well.
By the way, congrats to Omar Cruz for making his major league debut tonight as well. Working that scoreless ninth inning in the bullpen. Estrada, Matsui, Jason Adam, Omar Cruz combining for 4 hitless innings. Incredible stuff.
Nasty.
Incredible stuff. But here's a full list of my concerns as we sit here today. All right, Dario, thank you for the super. Is this all right? Not loving Hayward nor Elias Diaz, automatic outs. Hayward is 2 for his last 3, by the way. Had a hit today as a pinch hitter. Diaz, whatever. They're not all going to have 2 hits. You're not going to win every game 20-0. 7-0 on 10 hits is pretty good, right?
Yeah,
Very good.
you take every single hit that you get from the combination of Hayward, Diaz, and Maldonado at this point.
We'll bank those.
And when they're winning, who cares? But also, it's a long season.
So
long season. I mean, we could be talking about it in 2 weeks. Like, what the fuck just happened? Why are they 6-13? You know what I mean? Like,
no, hopefully not.
Hopefully not. But that's baseball. So there's always things that AJ is looking to upgrade. I guarantee it. But if he can get this team out to this fast a start with Jason Hayward and Martin Maldonado and Elias Diaz having starts under their belts for majority of these games, dude, that's like stealing money.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Back to the supers. Andrew, appreciate you, man. Andrew, for a long time, was watching from overseas, I think in Asia. I'm not sure if he's still there or not, but thank you, Andrew, for watching. He says Lockridge might be the real deal. I'll tell you what, he's been a really good defender. He's hit a little bit, obviously, when asked to. Had another hit here today. So it's encouraging. Yeah, Brandon Lockridge. All these guys are contributing. Nobody's doing too much. They're all contributing. There's a really interesting quote here, Jim, from Tatis in the UT from Kevin Acee that I completely agree with, but it's interesting to hear the players acknowledge it and kind of embrace this. This is a direct quote from Tatis. The long ball is not going to be there for us every single day, especially in this division and in this ballpark. And being able to create runs, to create momentum, to move the line is just winning baseball. You have to lean into that here, right? Yeah. This isn't short porches in Yankee Stadium or the Green Monster at Fenway Park or some of these freaking launching pads. There have been seasons, and you're right, Jim's talked about, there are seasons the ball freaking flies out of Petco. There have been, but there's also been stretches where you can't do enough to move the line, right? And like the way they singled you to death a year ago, the friendship innings. Now they've also had nights where they'll hit 5 or 6 home runs and the ball will travel during the day. But I think it's an interesting acknowledgement from a power hitter like Tatis that you got to be able to do things that are winning baseball things well beyond just hitting the ball over the wall.
Don't you prefer that type of team over the feast or famine, like home run or nothing team?
I like the well-rounded. What I'm feeling here is they actually will have good power, but when they need to utilize their strengths, moving runners, stealing bases, sac flies, they can do it too. Like I like the well-rounded. They can hurt you with power, and they can also single you to death.
Yeah, I mean, they got multiple power bats in lineup with Tatis and Machado. Yeah. I think Jackson Merrill can turn into a guy that will be, he's still growing. I mean, the guy's, I don't know if you've seen this guy up close, John. Like, dude's built already at 21 years old.
I know he's a kid.
So he's only going to just keep growing into, having more power, and his swing is just so beautiful, right? So it reminds me, a lot of people, it reminds me of Freddie Freeman, that type of swing.
Yep. Just smooth.
So I feel like there will be games when they can end up hitting 4 or 5 home runs because they have that ability. And then games like tonight where moving runners over, bunting guys over, sac flies, runners at third, less than 2 outs, getting those people in, like doing the little things. And I appreciate that because you can't always just count on guys hitting home runs. And we've seen teams that are, home run dependent.
Definitely.
And more often than not, they don't win World Series because the pitching, if you just have an off night or off series and all you do is depend on the home run, you're out in 5. If you're a team that's well-rounded and a team that can score 7 runs without hitting a home run or score 7 runs without having 7 extra base hits, like I kind of prefer that team over the feast or famine home run team. I think I really do because that's one, it's more exciting brand of baseball, and 2, that's just like, I don't know. If I was a pitcher, I would hate to get paper cut to death. Like, just let me give up the home run.
Yeah, it's more demoralizing.
And move on.
Yeah, it's more taxing. I agree with you. Sunriser, this is very generous. He is actually trying to support with a larger super chat. Jimmy says, is there a way to adjust the billings, I guess, for super chats? I'm sure there is. I don't know how. He says, hoping yes, and we can have some fun along with our current record. I am not able to find a way to support with $60 of support to reflect 6-0. This is very generous, and that's very kind. Just thinking that is the type of vibe we're looking for to get to 7-0. Like, just saying that out loud, that he's wishing to support with more, is very kind to say. 6-0. Say that out loud. I didn't even know that. Like, I never even thought about it. Hey, they start with Atlanta and Cleveland. Maybe they just sweep the homestand. That wasn't part of the conversation.
I know.
Heading into the year, it's just crazy.
Thanks for the super. Appreciate it, buddy.
Yeah, very kind. What do you got?
Oh, read Jeff.
Yeah, super. Jeff, thank you again. He says, voice is dog shit after 6 wins. Please send cough drops. I don't yell because of my job. Jim does. You learned that when you were younger. You were like screaming at things. I'm like, what are you doing, man? You can't talk in the air now.
Or I'm younger.
Yeah, like 3 years ago when you were first doing this like full time. Remember, you would like lose your voice.
Yeah. I forget. It was I think it was 2022 playoffs.
Dodgers series.
Yeah, I was screaming and I was like, uh-oh.
Hold on. Jesus. Thank you. He says, do you guys miss playing more within our own division? Oh, back when it wasn't universal scheduling and you played the 18-19 games. I don't. I like seeing all the teams.
Yeah, I'd rather replace a 3-game series with the Rockies with a 3-game series against the Guardians any day of the week. Because I don't know about you, John. I don't need to see the Rockies 18 times in a season. Nor do I need to see, like the D-backs 18 times. I'm good with 11 or 12.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, yeah, the Dodgers-Padres series has been pretty good this decade, obviously, but as good as the Dodgers have been, do you really need to face them 19 times? Is that the greatest thing in the world historically? I mean, again, they're big games. It's exciting, but I don't think I need to see them play the Dodgers 19 times. I'm fine with whatever it is, 12, 13. That's a lot. 12 or 13 games, that's a lot.
Yeah. I don't, is this person a troll?
It's probably like, who could it be? It's probably like Ben Fadden. Ben, just use your real name. Darn A, just use your real name.
Yeah, come on, man. What are we doing
here? Carlos, man, appreciate you. Going by Dario. He says, appreciate the super, but I don't want to read this really. Okay, fair, not loving Yuli Gurriel. But why? How many at-bats has he had?
Like, here's a simple way to view Yuli Gurriel.
Okay.
All right.
Last guy on the roster?
Yeah, 25th, 26th man on the roster. If they're winning every game, who cares? And even if they are winning every game, I still can sit here and be like, yeah, you know what? They can upgrade over Yuli Gurriel. But I'm not sitting here like, oh my God, I can't believe Yuli Gurriel is on this team. Do I think they can upgrade from him? And do I think they should upgrade from him? Absolutely. But if they're winning every freaking game, it's like, okay, cool.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. Jim, would you like to address this from Rich? Thank you, Rich. Appreciate you. Long-time supporter of our work. He says, maybe 760 will rethink not doing Naughty Barrel. Because we used to be out there every Friday, Jim. Why did you change that?
I didn't do it.
We don't control that, Rich. You know that. We work in corporate radio.
Yeah. Look, if we're up to us,
we'd be out every game.
Right. We'd be broadcasting outside of Petco Park all the time. Will I put it as it won't happen this season? I won't. I say there's a possibility of
it'll happen. Maybe less often.
Right. I think maybe look out for like maybe the bigger games on the schedule instead of just every Friday. But again, we can't control this. It's corporate radio. We don't make them decisions, and there's other people that make decisions, and those people just never mind. Let's move on.
Yeah, exactly. All right. While we have a brief moment, if you're a Padres fan or a baseball fan, pick up a MOVA Globe. How about the start to this season? You could display your fandom with a MOVA Globe. Click the link in the description down below. Use promo code PWS10. That's PWS10. Get 10% off one of these puppies. All 30 teams officially licensed. By the way, they have all 30 teams.
at every team. So if you're watching our show, we know there's a lot of people that watch our show that are baseball fans and they might not be Padres fans. So they have your favorite teams, Mova Globe. So use our promo code PWS10. The link is in the description below. Pick up a Mova Globe today. Treat yourself. And if you don't want a baseball Mova Globe, they have really cool like Earth Mova Globes and solar systems and nebulas and
Nebulas.
nebulas and all that stuff. So go check it out. Go check out their website. They're really cool for like a desk, a bookshelf, an office desk.
They spin.
Yeah, they're just like it's like soothing to have one.
They're
That's
really
how I
soothing.
feel.
You're right.
I mean, like my Earth Mova Globe that's in our living room on our bookshelf. Like it's just very soothing to have and seeing it during the day when it just like spins on its own. I like it a lot. It's awesome.
Pick them up. Use promo code PWS10. Get 10% off. Promo code PWS10. Click the link in the description down below. Perfect for the baseball fan in your life, regardless of your fandom. Look at this. Can we get some clap emojis in the chat for Sunriser? Because Sunriser is trying to keep this thing going as long as possible. The $50 super. He says he loves this team and this post-game coverage. Plus 10 from the previous post, $60 for 6-0. Here's the thing. Let's keep this thing going. Let's keep this thing going.
All night?
No, just, I mean, the good vibes. I don't know. I mean, hopefully 6-0 turns into 7-0.
Well, you're absolutely getting as greedy as you possibly can. And it also helps that tomorrow you have Dylan Cease on the mound to try and complete that 7-0 homestand start of the season. So that helps, right?
Helps a lot. Yeah. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. I really don't. I'm at a loss for words, which is kind of surprising because I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. Because every day they're just playing winning baseball. And they've done it in a variety of ways. But the pitching has been the story, obviously. 3 shutouts in 6 games. I mean, give me a break.
Yeah, I think watching every game, I'm like, I'm not realizing just how good their pitching is because I think I'm focusing on like their offense and how they're getting the job done. And they're just like doing all the right things on offense, causing havoc on the base pass. Timely hitting, pinch hitting, like it's you see the numbers from the rotation and the bullpen, you're like, holy shit. I mean, you look at baseball right now, just it's early, obviously. They have the best run differential in baseball. I don't know if you knew that.
Is that right?
I want to say they have the best ERA in baseball. How could they not?
Well, how could they not? It's like negative.
You're like, whoa, okay.
6-pack, interesting question. Who loses first, Padres or Dodgers? Dodgers play Atlanta, tomorrow?
But they play them in the afternoon or they play them at night?
Let's see. The Dodgers will play tomorrow at 5:38, and then they'll be in Philadelphia Friday.
So the Padres play at 1:10 tomorrow.
Yeah.
Dodgers play at
night. They'll be in Chicago.
All right. I don't know. I'm not gonna guess on that one. I mean, obviously you know my answer, but
I think neither. I think they both go 162-0, even though they play each other 13 times. I don't think either lose, even though they're playing each other.
All right.
That's my guess. What else though with this team? Because we've had so many guests on over the last 24 hours. Kevin, Kyle Glazer, Dan Zimborski. What do we fit? I mean, Joe Musgrove was in the booth tonight.
He wasn't in here.
What's that?
I didn't hear him.
You didn't? He was in the booth like the first or second inning.
Oh, I know. I was doing something. Yeah. Sorry.
Just trying to think what else. What are we missing from tonight?
I mean, everything is awesome.
Everything is. I know, man. Like, what are we supposed to say when they? I mean, the Padres were 2 for 14 with men in scoring position. They had leadoff base runners in the first 5 innings.
Oh, team sucks.
His team's done. But they 2 for 14 men in scoring position, leadoff base runners in the first 5 innings. They still score 7 runs, going 2 for 14 with men in scoring position and squandering 4 opportunities in the first 5 innings with a leadoff man on. So, these are good things.
So put up 7 runs.
Yeah,
that's wild.
7 walks, 3 strikeouts. Thank you, Jeff, for the offense.
Yeah, Tatis didn't have a hit today, but I thought he had a great game.
He did. Sack fly.
2 RBI.
Couple of walks.
Stolen base. Tatis has 4 stolen bases on the year, along with Manny Machado. And Bogarts has 3.
Numbers. Yeah, those are huge numbers.
You're like, what?
Yeah. How many? Yeah, that's crazy. How many do they have as a team? There is.
You got
a big number.
What? You got 11 right there.
So they're averaging 2 steals a game.
3 dudes. Yeah, I mean, Bogarts isn't really having that like wow type of start, but it's a very solid start. 278, 824 OPS. Take that every day from Xander.
Yeah, I think so.
Like if he finishes the year with those numbers, my God. I don't think Merrill's going to be hitting 400 for the season, but you never know.
Right.
Yeah. I think Jose Iglesias reminds me so much of Donovan Solano. Just professional hitter, can fill in different, positions on the field, hits lefties well. He even kind of looks like him, like the stature a little bit, right?
Is that where you were ending your comment?
Yeah.
Danny Redbirds, thank you again. It's kind of made me laugh. Here's a couple of bucks to celebrate Mudnut saying things are fire yet this year. Love the guy, but stop. It's kind of funny.
Fire.
I mean, Don and Mud have been really good. Because
really
there's been some lean years. I don't know if you guys remember. The Padres don't always win 93 games in advance in the postseason and start 6-0.
Right.
Like you may want to go back to every other year when they weren't 6-0. We said today they've been in the postseason 8 times in 57 years. So, this is not an every year thing. And this decade has been good. Not as good as we all want it to be, because we want to see this team in the World Series, winning a World Series. But it's been a lot of good. There's been some really good things in here, especially under Schulte here in recent history.
Did you know how many seasons there have been where if they started 2-0, it was like, when's the parade?
2. We're not 1-1. You're right. We're not 0-2.
Yeah. Like even some years when they just go start the year 1-0, like you're like, parade.
Yeah. Yeah. There were a couple of years in there where they lost. Didn't they lose to the Dodgers in back-to-back years, 13-0 on opening day? Dude,
that was it 2014?
It was 15-16.
It was the year that they made all those trades, and then they
plus 14.
And they traded for Craig Kimbrell the day before opening day, and they were up at Dodger Stadium, and they lose 14-0.
They didn't need Kimbrell that night.
It was whoops.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we can get back to the comments in a moment. I do want to remind our viewers, can you pull that comment down real quick? I'm going to pull up Underdog. Guys, you can win big at Underdog Fantasy right now by using promo code PODSWRAP. That's PADSWRAP. You can get a 50% deposit match plus a free gimme pick'em. Plus, you can win up to 1,000 times your money in a single night. We've had some huge wins. I mean, you can win $500, $1,000. You can win thousands of dollars simply playing pick'ems. It's as easy as they'll give you a gimme first pick if you use promo code PODSWRAP by clicking the link in the description down below. So you get one, higher than a half point for LeBron James. You pair that with higher than a 1.5 total bases with Fernando Tatis Jr., and you win there, and you're winning right then and there. So you get the 50% deposit match. You can win up to 1,000 times your money in a single night. You get a free gimme pick. All you need to do is use promo code PODSWRAP. That's PADSWRAP by clicking that link in the description down below. Jim, it couldn't be simpler or easier. We've been playing for years. We've had some huge wins on this show over the years, and I know our viewers and listeners have as well. So make sure to play Underdog. Yeah, it's super easy, super simple. When you're downloading your Underdog Fantasy app, you have to use our promo code PODSWRAP. Those are the rules, PADSWRAP. The QR code is above me right there. Links also in the description below. And once you download the Underdog Fantasy app, use our promo code, start playing, and you will love it. This was during my Magoon freakout, so I'm not sure what happened here, but Tatis's aura scared Arias in the bottom of the 7th inning. LOL. I'm not exactly sure what transpired there, but that's because I was running around like a chicken without my head on. Well, what happened was there was runners on first and third, infield
in. Xander at the plate hits a grounder to second with Tatis on third. Arias fumbles it, trying to throw home, and then he fumbles again, trying to throw to first. Everybody's safe.
Gotcha. One of those.
Yep. And then that inning was ridiculous. There was like Tatis stole second, or no, what was it? Who was, I think Manny was on third or something, and Bogart stole second, and the ball gets thrown away, and then Manny scores, and then there was a pop fly, and before that, and Jose Ramirez drops it, and then Arias fumbles the ball at second. I mean, these all happened in this inning. It was wild. I was like, what's going on here? Even Aaron was like, why are the Guardians like, do they know how to play baseball?
It happens, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, we saw a game where when Pivetta started, where Atlanta sent the minimum number of batters to the plate. That just happened.
Like 2 days ago.
2 days ago. They sent the minimum to the plate. Today, Cleveland had 2 hits. They had the same number of errors in the inning that they had hits in the game. And the Padres, like we said earlier, have had 3 shutouts. Their bullpen has allowed 1 run in 24 innings, whatever that is, a 0.3-ish ERA on the year. Again, is this sustainable? No, obviously. But is it fun? Yeah, obviously. Like, that's the point. That's the thing with baseball. Nothing's ever sustainable. When you go 30-9, you're not going to play 30-9 baseball, but that doesn't make it any less enjoyable, what we're watching.
No, this is awesome. This is the best remedy to not wipe away the end of last year is to start out this hot.
I'm going to make a statement, Jim, without consulting with you.
Sure.
And I'm not going to force you to do this. But if they win tomorrow, there's a wrap-up show tomorrow night, even with John and Jim.
Okay.
Because we don't typically do Wednesday wrap-up shows, but I'm not going to let this just die at 7-0. So I'm going to keep this thing going as long as it needs to go. Now, we do our own wrap-up show on John and Jim. So join us once the game goes final, because we've got wrap-up show on 760, win or lose. What is going on here with the supers from Sunriser? This is overly gracious.
Dude, bro.
Let's get some clap emojis for Sunriser. Okay. But I'm doing a wrap up tomorrow if they win tomorrow night. I'll talk about it on John and Jim. I'll talk about it more tomorrow night. I can't we can't let this stop.
We'll sleep when we're dead.
That's right. He says, lucky to be a Padres fan. Let's have fun while this lasts. And I was nervous on missing playoffs on odd years as we did a couple attempts. And I'm not hopefully being a jinx, sharing the nervousness. We turn this around. Let's go Padres. I mean, he makes a good point. 19, 21, 23, right? Weren't great. 20, 22, 24 were. That's just a coincidence, right?
Dude, everybody that covers this team, I would say also like a good amount of fans as well.
Mm-hmm.
They were nervous going into this season. Anybody that tells you that they weren't is like probably lying to you or just the biggest homer on the planet. And that's fine. But nobody in the media, and if they tell you otherwise, they are liars in this town. Nobody in the media was thinking, yeah, this team's fine. Everything's great. 6-0 start. This team's going to be better than last year. Nobody. Everybody had their concerns. Everybody was hopeful, but also had their concerns because that offseason, you're lying to yourself if you feel otherwise. I'm sorry. It was not a great offseason other than Nick Pivetta. But the moves that AJ made, once again, so far through 6 games, have worked out. We'll see how long Gavin Sheets can perform like this. Hopefully it's for the whole entire season. We'll see how long the catcher's spot doesn't look like a giant black hole. We'll see. Like, so far, so good. But, yeah, everybody was nervous, dude. I was nervous. I had concerns. Still do have concerns. But I love the start. You could not have asked for anything better. And they're playing flawless baseball right now.
Can I please note that we're 6 subscribers away from 8,200? I think we've had about 200 people subscribe to this channel, Jim, since the season started, which was 6 days ago.
Yeah, we're not leaving until we get to 8,200, guys. So
can you help us by subscribing?
Where are we at with our likes on this show, John?
You got to smash the like button. You asked for 450. We got to keep hitting these thresholds to keep this winning streak going.
Where are
What are we at?
I don't know.
We're 5 away from 8,200.
That's go.
So when I saw the tweet from Mark Ziegler, Jim, about Magoon Guath.
All right, here's the Magoon Guath portion of the show.
Can we spend 2 minutes on the Aztecs, even though I just did a 45-minute Aztec wrap-up show?
Now, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Was it the Ziegler tweet on your own, or was it the Darnay text of the Ziegler tweet in our group chat?
I didn't see the Darnay text.
Because Darnay sent the text in the group chat.
Before I sent the tweet?
He sent it at...
Let me go back.
Oh, wait, no, that was you.
No, after Turtle Power, that was me.
Oh, I thought that was Darnay that sent that. Okay, give me your reaction. What happened?
So I see this tweet, and I am assuming as I read it, the way I'm like, oh, Magoon Guath made his decision, and San Diego State fans won't be happy. But I read it twice, and it says SDSU fans will be very, very happy. And my eyes like that, like explode. I look at Chris, and I'm like, oh, what? And she thought someone died or something, the way I reacted. And she pauses her like murder mystery or like Real Housewives of Temecula. And I'm like, wait, what? And I click on it. And I click on it again, and I'm like, it's April 1st. I'm like, he would never post something that's not real.
No.
And then I'm waiting. People are reacting. I'm sending it in a couple like group chats. People are reacting. I'm not. I'm waiting. And then I see someone screen grab Magoon Guath from Instagram. And I'm like, this is real. And then I found out, by the way, during the wrap-up show, Miles Burgess said he's back, which he already did say, but he's saying it again if he doesn't go to the draft. So, I mean, San Diego State's, again, portal's still open. This thing's weird. Who the hell knows what happens between now and the time it closes? But holy crap, dude.
Say it. Say what you really want to say.
Holy shit.
Yep. There you go.
Like, this team is going to have crazy preseason expectations.
Yep. And it sucks because you're like, dude, Nick, boy, bro, I get it. But man, now that Magoon's returned, and you're like, fuck. Now Miles Bird and Reese Waters, you're like,
teach their own. They'll be fine. They'll be able to listen. Nick's a good player. We loved watching Nick Boyd and hearing from Nick Boyd. They'll be able to replace, right? Don't you agree? They'll find a veteran guard that can do what he was able to do.
Yeah. And Jeremiah Odom, the guy that we talked to today on John and Jim, he's going to come in. He's going to be another player that's going to help this team. But I did not expect that. When you sent that, and I saw it was from Mark, I didn't think April Fools. I did not think April 1st because I know Mark would not do that.
Never.
But then I went on, and as soon as I went on Twitter, I saw the tweet from Mesa, and I was like, they would never do that. So when I posted it on socials, I saw a lot of people like, dude, it's April 1st, April 1st. I'm like, no, it's not. I mean, yes, it is, but no, this is real. And it's so funny because today before our show, you showed me the Miles Bird tweet and you go, what do you think this means? I was like, I don't know.
Now we know.
And then I think we like joked about it on John and Jim because we were talking about April 1st, and we're like, there's no way like any player's making their decision on April 1st, right?
We're like, please don't make a decision on April 1st.
Yeah, don't do that. Just please don't.
Just crazy.
Real. That's just
wild,
crazy, man. Wild.
We got a ton to talk about tomorrow on John and Jim. With the Padres 6-0, with some of these Aztec portal decisions that have played out over the last 24 hours. But again, if you've been with us for these first 6 games of the season and you haven't subscribed, we would appreciate it if you did. We're 4 subscribers away from 8,200. So whether it's live or over the course of replay, please subscribe. And thank you for those that are here on replay for the super thanks as well. We do appreciate you. We've seen those roll in over the first week. Please support our partners. Mark Nimitz, he's been with us since day one. If you support our work, please support Mark. If you have an insurance need, Mark will hook you up. He'll save you money, and he's there if you ever need him. So click that link in the description down below. Use promo code PWS10 to pick up a MOVA Globe. Click the link in the description down below. Use promo code PWS10. And again, Underdog Fantasy, free gimme pick, a 50% deposit match. Click the link in the description down below. Join us tomorrow. 2 p.m., John and Jim, right after that Padres game ends, come to us. We'll hear from Mike Schilt. We'll react on John and Jim tomorrow at 2 p.m. and then potentially tomorrow night as well on the wrap-up show. What do you got?
I was going to say, you've done 6 hours of like content today.
In the last like 8 hours.
Right? Have you had any time to like just chill?
No, I did dishes for like 30 minutes. I put Jones to sleep because Kristen had him for like the 2 hours before I got home. No, I haven't done anything but something.
Have you eaten?
I did, yeah. I had some, I don't know what it was, some cauliflower concoction. Welcome to my
Nice.
life. That's why I'm drinking. I need a drink.
Dude,
Kombucha.
just it never ever stops. Ever stops.
Subscribe.
Like you didn't watch a single pitch after the 7th inning, huh?
No, I went into like a blur. I'm like, I told Kristen, I'm like, last I checked, they were up 3-0. I'm like, did they win? Did they lose? Is it happening? I saw the score, but
I think Darnay is like in our group is like, why hasn't Mary Lou's mentioned Magoon Guath yet on the broadcast?
Would you want to run through the remaining games?
Funny you asked, John, because I did have that up ready to go. All right, so tomorrow afternoon, guys, 1:10 start. They face the Guardians. Dylan Cease on the mound. Then tomorrow, after that, Thursday, they have an off day. Weird little quirk. So Fridays in Chicago, they play in the afternoon. Whoa. Hold on.
Whoa,
Pause.
we're not going anywhere. We got another 10 minutes. We got another 10 minutes.
You were about to hit end stream.
I was about to hit end stream. Because that has been our bit.
Whoa.
Come on. Sunriser, man.
Bro,
what are you trying to do? Like,
I love you.
You're trying to get them to sign, like, let's use this money for a Michael King extension. Like
a $100 super chat for Sunriser in the chat. Clap emojis. Clap emojis right now. Clap it up.
I don't even know what we should do. This matches the largest, I think, in the history of the channel.
Holy sheets. Holy sheets. Holy sheets.
Now, what's going on, though? BZ says, thanks for the thoughts. I need to go back in the chat and see what's happening here.
Did you need to do this?
Thanks for the thoughts. I was Chargers fan for a long time and a season ticket holder for 12 years. I gave this up this year. I signed up to the Padres the first year and the Chargers left and love this a ton. Please sign off. No, we're not going anywhere.
Oh, I was going to say, I hope that's not like towards Miss Do It All, like sign, like.
No, I think he's just kind of responding to.
Please don't sign
to
off.
the chat.
Okay.
30 minutes on dishes, Miss Doodle. Yeah, I'm very slow on dishes, by the way.
Yeah. Thank you, Sunriser. You are the man.
Dude, this is we've been doing this. How many shows have we done all time? Like 1,000. Seriously, for 6 years. This is like an all-timer with Sunriser. Like his support tonight of the channel is ridiculous.
Amazing support. We love you. We appreciate you.
Were you in Christchurch, New Zealand earlier?
How'd you know? Yeah, holy sheets. Dude, you need to make a emoji for this channel.
I know.
The holy sheets emoji.
Like you just said, I just worked for like a decade straight today.
Work more. You can't.
I like die.
Sad Friar, bro. We cannot go another hour.
We're both married.
I need to sleep, and we have to be at work at 9 a.m. tomorrow.
Because we have to speak. I honestly I got to prepare something for that.
You need to go to sleep. I need to sleep. Oh no, we can't. Trust me, we can't call in sick tomorrow. We would get fired.
Yeah, we have to like speak in front of like our sales team to be like, hey, go sell endorsements. Like we're John and Jim. People enjoy hanging out with us.
Right.
Sunrise, you're the man. JD Gaucho has a question for you. Jim, what's your reaction to Sac State hiring Mike Bibby? His first recruit is Shaquille O'Neal. I saw that. That's Shaq's son from the transfer portal.
2 thoughts. Loved Mike Bibby as a player in my Sacramento Kings fandom era. He was my favorite player, Mike Bibby. So love that. Dude. Dude. Shakiro. Okay.
Wait, what are you laughing at? Sunriser?
Yes.
This is amazing.
It's like shit, dude. I mean, go treat yourself to a Padres game. We appreciate you.
Yeah, we love you, man, but this is unnecessary. It's very kind. Yeah. Hold on, let me pull it up, obviously. Yeah. Do you want to talk about Mike Bibby real quick, or do you want to?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. Thank you, JD Gotcha. Thank you again for the super assist. You guys need to sign off. I'm done with the Chargers. Folks are complaining about my picture. Oh, okay. I got you. It's all good. It's a YouTube picture. I don't know how to change it either. Who cares?
Who cares?
Dude, supporting like this, you can put a picture of freaking, I don't even know.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. Yeah, if you're a Charger fan, it's fine. That doesn't. Who cares? Or if you have a Charger picture, I mean, who cares?
Yeah, it's all good. Completely all good. Man,
all right, I think we should
night.
sign off so we can save.
Well, hold on. Do you want to finish the schedule because you were up to game 8? There's only 154 games to.
Oh yeah, that's right. So the Cubs on Friday, 11:20 a.m. start time, special start time in Chicago. It's a weird thing. They also play 11:20 a.m. on Saturday as well. It's supposed to be pretty cold in Chicago, so if you're planning on